guys, welcome to my channel. I am Alyssa, Lisa, Pizza, Allie, Lisa. Hey! And thanks for clicking on this video. If you click, that means you're interested in learning how to play the game of spades. I'm gonna make this as painless as possible because I must admit I have been that person that asks, like, do you know how to play spades? And then if someone says no, I'll be like, come here and say, well, why not? Where you been? Your mama didn't raise you right. Your family is trapped. Like, it goes down. Like, if people tell me that how to play spades. So I decided to be a part of the solution. So the next time you go to any family gathering, you know, the cookout, the barbecue, the graduation party, 4th of July, whatever it is, and then they be like, you know how to play spades? You could say, why, yes, I do. Okay, so if you're interested in learning the basics of spades, keep watching. All right, so let's get started. I have with me a pack of cards. Pick a number, any number. I don't do magic tricks. Anyway, all right, so let's go over the numbers. There are 54 cards in a complete deck of cards. However, spades is played with 4 people, 2 teams of 2, and that means each person gets how many cards? 13 cards. But if each person gets 13, that only equals 52. So that leads you to the 2 major variations of how spades are played. Okay? So for some people, they remove the 2 of hearts and the 2 of diamonds. That gives you 52 cards. If you do that, then the 2 jokers are played as spades. And the high joker is normally colorful or says like guaranteed or something. And the low joker is normally black and white or doesn't have writing. And then sometimes people just write high and low on the card. But either way, jokers become spades. They become the highest spades. So each suite has 13 books. But if you remove the 2s, then hearts and diamonds only have 12 cards and spades have 15 cards. Okay? The other way that spades can be played is the opposite, by removing the jokers. And then you reincorporate the 2s into the deck. And that game, normally people call it playing Deuces Wild because the 2s become of higher, greater value than spades. So the way I have played is with the jokers. And so that is the way I'm going to be teaching. If anybody knows how to or wants to do something about Deuces Wild, make the video and I will link it so people can learn how to play that way, because it's more than one way to 5 than 3 plus 2, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, anyway, so with that being said, we have removed the 2s from the deck and now we have 52 cards. So the first thing that you do when you sit down is somebody does an initial shuffle. So they just mix the cards all up, and the order of the cards goes like ace down. So it's ace, K, Q, J, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And the jokers, in the case of the spades, it's high joker, low joker, ace, K, Q, all the way down. Okay? So you mix the cards up. And this is going to be real basic, like Spades 101. Basic like Spades 101. So I'm not going to go into strategy and all of that stuff. I'm going to show you how to shuffle, how to deal, how to organize your hand, how to predict your books. And like go over some key concepts. That's all we doing in this video. Okay, if you want more, let me know, and I'll do a space tutorial part 2. Well, this probably gonna be 2 parts, but this is basic space. If y'all want some advanced strategy, let me know. Okay, all right. So once the cards have been shuffled, you pass the deck to the person to your right and allow them to cut. That is just like a way to make sure you didn't do nothing tricky or wrong when you shuffle the cards. It's like their opportunity to rearrange the cards. And then once you get the cards back, though, you are not allowed to shuffle again. So once you get the cards back, all you do is pass them out. Okay, so, and you start passing to the person to your left. You don't start with yourself. You don't start with your partner. You don't start to your right. You start passing to the person to your left, and then you go across from you to your partner, to your right. You serve yourself last, okay? Etiquette is key. All right, so then you just shuffle the cards, and everybody's going to end up with 13 cards. Now, the name of the game is Spades, right? So, if after you shuffle, everybody has to have at least 1 spade for that game to be valid. Now, that's a rule that you can set before the game, but I think that's a fair rule. Like, it makes no sense for someone to have a hand if they don't have at least 1 spade. Now, if they have at least 1 spade, you good to go. But if they don't have a spade, they have to, like, let it be known that they don't have any spades. Alright, so I dealt myself a terrible hand, but it's okay. We're going to learn based on this. Alright, so once you do your hand, what you first want to do is just look at what you have. So this hand is a struggle hand. I almost want to throw it in the air and start over, but we're not going to do that. So once you get your cards, what you want to do is organize them by suite and like alternate colors, right? So the first suite I'm going to deal with is diamonds. So I'm going to separate all the diamonds out. You make sure you don't show nobody your hand. This is just how I'm doing it to demonstrate. But so you see I have all these diamonds, and they kind of organize themselves in highest to lowest order. So I have all these diamonds. The next thing I'm going to do is spades. So I have those, put those, and then my hearts. If you notice, I don't have any clubs. That's fine. The game is not called clubs. The game is called spades. So I do have 2 spades, so we're going to go with this hand. So as you can see, I have organized my hand. I don't know, like the light is real funky. So I'm sorry that it's like changing so much, but hopefully it'll be good enough. But as you can see, y'all can see my hand. All right, so the next thing we're going to get into is books. Guessing how many books you have. So what you want to do is start with 1 suite and then predict how many books you think you're going to get. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this because this could possibly happen to you on your first hand, and I don't want you to feel lost. Okay, so first I have 2 hearts. I have a 5 of hearts and a king of hearts. Okay, so I would say I'm going to get 1 book from these hearts, and I'm going to base that on knowledge of a couple things. First, I know that I have almost all the diamonds, so that means everybody else has a lot of has some hearts, because there are 12 hearts. I only have 2. There are 10 remaining hearts, so everybody has at least 3, right? Okay, so I have 2. The ace of hearts will probably be played prior to the king. So if the ace of hearts is played, I'm going to play the 5 And then I'm going to keep playing. Maybe somebody will throw out a king of hearts. And if that's the case, or any other heart, if hearts is the book on the table, if hearts is the suite, I'm going to play my king and win that book. Okay. So I'm going to say this is one book. I'm going to get one book from the hearts. All right. So let's put those down. Next, I would say we would explore how many books we're going to get from clubs. But remember, we didn't have any clubs in our hand. So for right now, since we're doing it based on suite, I'm going to say I'm going to get 0. And yes, y'all, it's snowing. You see? I would love to have somebody to play spades with. Oh my gosh, it's snowing, guys. Okay. Anyway, so based on clubs, I don't have any high clubs or any clubs at all. So right now I'm going to say I'm going to get 0 books from clubs. Okay. All right. Now let's explore diamonds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 diamonds. Out of how many diamonds did we say there were? 12. If I have 9 diamonds in my hand and there are 12 total, best luck, my best solution, my best possible outcome is that each other player got 1 diamond, which would mean my ace would pass. Worst case scenario, maybe one person got the other 3 and the other 2 people don't have any diamonds. So you know what that means? That means they are cutting. Cutting means to play a spade that trumps whatever suit is on the board. So if diamonds are on the board and you don't have any diamonds, you can cut with a spade and win the book. A book is a collection of 4 cards. So after each person has played a card, those 4 cards equal 1 book. Okay? And there are 13 possible books, right? Okay. So based on the fact there are some very advanced strategies that I could try explaining that could lead to me making probably 2 or 3 books out of these 9 cards. But since this is basic introduction to spades, I'm going to say I'm going to get 0 books from diamonds, because it is just not likely that everyone else at least got 1 diamond, and these aren't trump cards. I just basically have like a handful of coal. You gotta play the hand you're dealt. So far we're gonna get 1 book from hearts, we're gonna get 0 books from clubs, and we're gonna get 0 books from diamonds. Now let's see what we have in the way of spades. Spades, we have 2. We got a king and a 6. Based on the fact that we have 0 clubs, that means as soon as clubs are played, if the opposing team is winning the book, we're going to cut clubs with our spades. So that means we're going to get 2 books based on the anticipation of cutting clubs. Okay? And that's a fair assumption to make, because remember, there are 13 clubs and we have none. So that means there are 13 clubs divided between 3 other people. Worst case scenario, somebody has none, somebody has 8, somebody has 7. Best case scenario, each of them have about 3 or 4 clubs in their hand. somebody's probably counting like some ace and a king. And we know we can cut those. It doesn't matter how low your spade card is. If it's a spade and it's a different book that's not a spade, the spade wins. The name of the game is spades. Now, when it comes to spade, the highest spades win. So if I played a 6 and somebody plays a 7, whoever played the 7 won the book. But if everybody has clubs on the table and I play the 6 of spades, guess what? My 6 of spades beats ace of clubs or whatever, okay? So let's review. We're going to get 1 book from hearts. We're going to get no books from diamonds. And we're going to get no books. Technically, we're getting 2 books from clubs, but it just kind of depends on how you want to look at it. But we're definitely going to get 2 books with these 2 cards. All right. So at this time, you will start doing what's called a bidding. And so you bid by telling your partner how many books you think you can get. And they tell you how many they think they can get. And then y'all combine that number, add that number up, and go for what you want to go for. So I think I can get 3. She thinks she can get 2. We're going to go for 5. Now, since you are familiar with your hand, sometimes in cases like that, you might be like, I don't know, let's go 6, because there's so many advanced strategies that can be used to get books, that unexpected books. But this is basic spades playing, so we're going to be basic. So we're going to get 3. She going to get 2, so we're going to go 5, okay? Now, the last thing, the very last thing that I want to impart onto my people on the way to becoming spades champions of the world is a concept called reneging. Now, everybody has been at a gathering and people in the corner playing spades, minding their business. And then all of a sudden, the whole table get flipped. People start yelling, calling each other out their names, renouncing their kinship. They don't want to mess with them no more. It's hands and cards and everything all in the air. And what caused that? Reneging is when you do not play a card of a suite, but you have that suite in your hand, and then in a later round you play that. For instance, if hearts are being played and you play a spade, you win that book. 2 rounds later, hearts are played again, and then you play a heart. You have reneged. You have relinquished your rights to sit down at the spades table. Never again will anybody ever ask you. Nobody will ever forget. It will never be forgiven. You relinquish your rights to play spades forever. Okay? Your partner won't acknowledge your existence no more. Like, you'll be 62 on your deathbed. At your funeral, they're going to say, remember, Shay reneged. You know what I mean? So, I caution you. Just be careful and always ensure that you don't fail to play a suite that you can and then play it later. There is kind of a catalyst to it because it's up to the other team to acknowledge or catch or call out the fact that you have reneged. And so if they're not being careful, don't call yourself out. Your partner is not going to call you out. It's up to them. But if they do, guess what? You lose 2 books. And 2 books is a lot. That could cost you the whole round. That could cost you the whole game. So just don't renege. You don't want to like mess up your whole family dynamic and stuff, like not being careful. So with that being said, I'm gonna pick up one other hand and we're gonna like walk through like bidding another hand, okay? All right, so that's that terrible hand I got. So let's look at this hand. All right, so I see a little bit more black. So we're gonna organize it, right? Okay, so we're gonna start with diamonds. I'm gonna put all my diamonds down. And then we're gonna go with clubs. So we're gonna put all the clubs down. And the hand that I pulled is the hand that would have been a partner's hand, okay? So we can talk a little bit strategy based on that. Diamonds, clubs, let's go hearts, and then let's go spades. All right, so when we look at it, this is what we have. All right, so they have one diamond, they have 3 clubs, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts, and 5 spades. So let's go through bidding this hand. We're gonna start with diamonds. So based on the fact that it's only 1 diamond, we're gonna say this hand is gonna get 0 books with diamonds, right? And that's fine. Like, that's how it is sometimes. Then there are 3 clubs. Now, we know something about our hand, but our partner in this case wouldn't know it. But if this were your hand and you got this king of clubs, it would be safe to say you could get a book from the king. The 2 and the 3, no. So we're going to say we're going to get 1 book from clubs. Next, we're going to go hearts. And we got 4 hearts, which is, in the world of hearts, it's kind of a lot because remember, there are only 12. We got 4. Even distribution means there are 3. Everybody gets 3. So we got more than our fair share of hearts. So I say we could count the ace as a book, but the Q, even though it's high, I will highly doubt it. The 8 and the 7 are definitely just going to be throwaway cards. So we're going to say 1 book there. So far we have 1. We have 0 from diamonds, 1 from clubs, 1 from hearts. So far we have 2. And then lastly, we're going to look at our spades. Most of our spades are pretty low, with the exception of our ace. It's a pretty good chance you can make your ace a spade because it's the 3rd highest. You can make your ace a book. It's the 3rd highest spade. So we'll say 1 book from spades, right? But let's go back and remember, we only have 1 diamond. So that means diamonds are going to be played once. And then diamonds are definitely going to be played again, right? And when diamonds are played again, we have 5 spades, even though they're low, 1 diamond. So I would say we could probably definitely get 1 book from cutting diamonds, right? It's difficult to do. Anyway, so in total, when we look at this hand, we would say we're going to get 1 book from cutting diamonds, 1 book from clubs, 1 book from hearts, and 1 book from spades. So we would tell our partner that we're going to get 4 books. Now, there will be some strategy involved because we know we're going to be cutting diamonds. But based on the other hand, our partner, if this person was your partner, they have lots of diamonds. So let's say, for instance, diamonds go once. You play your jack. Diamonds, your partner leads with diamonds and wins the book. Then that means your partner plays again. And then your partner plays the king of diamonds. What would you do? Tell me below in the comments, what would you do? Tell me below. I think I'm going to stop here, but I do want to end with this last thing, how the game goes. So whoever wins the book starts the next hand. So to start off, the person to the left of the dealer issues the first card. It can be any card. It cannot be a spade. So they can play any heart, diamond, or club. And then everybody plays in accordingly. Whoever plays the highest card for any certain book, whoever wins the book, then initiates the next round or the next book to see who's going to win. And it just keeps going like that. Whoever wins the book throws out a new card to start a new book. And then at the end, you count how many books you have. Someone takes score. You right now, don't worry about taking score. You just a little baby learning how to play spades. So don't even worry about taking score. I just want you to focus on counting your books and not reneging, okay? Count your books and don't renege. Get what you say you're going to get, all right? All right, so in the comments below, let me know what you would do if your partner played a high diamond, you didn't have any diamonds in your hand, and you counted a book based on the anticipation of cutting diamonds. All right, if y'all want more tips and tricks about how to play spades, or if you want to get a game going, let me know. I'm sure there are all kinds of like spades apps you can download to practice. And next time you at the gathering, the family gathering, or your friends invite you out and they ask you if you know how to play spades, you can say, oh yeah, that's no problem, I got you. Who want to be my partner? Because we got to kill some stuff. All right, I'm Alyssa Allie Lisa Pizza Allie Lisa List, and I will see y'all in my next video. Make sure you subscribe and thumbs up this video. Bye.